So step one is to draw the basic sketch that we need in order to create our name tag. So we're going to start by hitting create sketch, and we're going to select the plane that we're going to draw it on, which is the top plane, and we're going to click on that. It's going to open up a sketch on the top plane, and if we tap on the top button, we should be able to look down from the top view and see our sketch area. We're now going to draw out a rectangle. Our rectangle is going to go out here, and notice straight away that our measurement units are wrong, so let's change those. We're going to be working in our workspace units are going to be millimeters, and then I'm going to press tick. I'm going to have to double click on this sketch to go back into it. I'm now in my sketch, and I can call this sketch name tag main. So in the name tag main, I'm now going to use the dimensioning tool, which is up here, to click on here, let go, and then click up here, and our cross dimension is going to be 78. And I'm going to click here and click out here and let go, and our up dimension is 39. So those are the size of our name tags. Now a really good trick to get this perfectly in the middle is to draw a line, but to draw the line using the construction tool. So if I click on that as well at the same time, and I want to draw my line from this midpoint here down to this midpoint here, so those two squares that appear, and you can see I now have a construction line. I'm now going to use the midpoint tool, which is here, to click on this line, and I'm going to click on the midpoint there, and that's going to lock it in place. So now that I've finished my name tag sketch, I'm ready for the next step. So the next step is to extrude the shape. It's easy to extrude the shape if you click on an angle like that one there, so you're viewing it in a sort of a 3D view. I'm going to click on the extrude button. I'm going to click on the area I'm going to extrude, and I'm going to change the dimension now to 3 millimeters. I'm going to press on the tick button to save that, and that is my extruded shape. It's now time to draw in our text, and I'm going to use the sketch tool, and I'm going to click not on this top here, but on the top surface of my name tag. It's important that you click on the top surface of your name tag. I'm now going to press the top view so that I'm lined up perfectly, and I'm going to type in the text tool here, and I'm going to drag out an area of roughly that size. I'm going to put my name in, and I'm going to pretend that my name is Habakkuk, which is a nice name that actually fits a few letters in it to show you what it's going to look like. I might choose bold to make it bold, but I don't have a lot of choice of font here, so I'm going to stay with Open Sans, and I'm going to press the tick button. And you can see that my font is way too big to fit on my name tag. So the first thing I'm going to do to make it fit is to dimension it up here. Now we remember that the name tag was 78 millimeters wide, so if I make it 70 millimeters wide, that will make it definitely small enough to fit on. I'm now going to press escape, and I've got the arrow key selected. I'm going to drag the name into place, probably by the corner. Yeah, you've got to drag it by the corner. That's bad of me to not know that. And now I'm going to press the dimension key, and because it's 70 and this is 78, I've got 8 left over. If I want it in the middle, I need to move it from here to there to be 4. So it's now in the middle, and I'm going to put it closer to the bottom, so I'm going to use the D key here to put it closer to the bottom. I'm going to make it maybe 8 from the bottom, and that's where my text is going to go. I'm now going to stop that sketch. I'm going to press on this button here so I can see what it looks like. That's better. Might zoom in a bit. And that's what my text is going to look like. I can now extrude my text by pressing on the extrude button. I'm going to do this twice so you can see it happen. First time I'm going to click on this and I'm going to extrude it up by the full 2 millimeters that I'm allowed. And I'm going to press tick. So that's what it would look like fully extruded. I'm going to undo on that and I'm going to do it again. This time I'm going to extrude it on the text, but this time I'm going to remove it and I'm going to remove it by 2 and press on the tick. It's now going down into there and I think I like that better. So that's the extrusion that I'm going to do of my text is 2 millimeters deep into my name tag. I'm now going to add a through hole, and the through hole I'm going to put in my top right hand corner. So basically I need to create another sketch on there. And I'll look at it from the top view now, and I'm going to zoom right in on my top corner, and I'm going to use the circle tool. My circle only needs to be 3 millimeters. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to use the dimension tool straight away to dimension that and make that 3 millimeters and press enter. I'm then going to use the dimension tool again to click on this line here, then click on the center of the circle and move that in 5, and the same from this one here to this one here of 5. Now that I've got my through hole, I just need to extrude it through. So I'm going to hit on stop sketch. I'm going to hit on the top view there so I can see it. I'm going to zoom in a bit so that I get a nice close look of it. And I'm going to extrude that through. And it's going to be a remove. And because it's going down 25, it's going to go all the way through. And I'm going to press the tick button. So there's my basic name tag. I now only need to add some decorative features. The easiest decorative feature to add is always the fillet. And I might just add a fillet just to this one edge over here. So I'm going to rotate around to this side here. And I'm going to zoom right in so I get it right. So I'm going to add a fillet to here. And my fillet currently is 1. I'm going to make my fillet a lot larger by dragging in. Maybe that's too large. There we go. And I'm going to press tick. And now I'm going to zoom back out so that my name tag is around the right way. And that's what my name tag is finally going to look like. That is a very basic name tag. You need to do your own features in order to make your name tag more a part of what you are and to try and give it its secondary purpose.